What's up, guys? Kevincage here with another XRP update. Like and sub if you want daily crypto news, and let's get right into this one. So stick around until the end of this one if you guys want to see some very interesting examples of compounding your returns, and let's kick it off. So on this website, this is the XRP rich list for any newcomers. It is a fun website to see where you rank, at least in terms of the overall holders. And something interesting to note, of course, you can click existing XRP. You can see number of accounts overall that hold a specific balance of XRP, and you can even go by the percentile if you're curious. So pretty cool to be in the top 10% of XRP holders. You do need approximately 2,000 XRP. To be in the top 1%, just under 67,000 XRP. And of course, the major accounts, I'm assuming some of which are exchange holdings, of course, Ripple executives, etc. So just want to point that out. You guys can find this by typing in XRP rich list or just going to ledger.exposed. Okay, next up, so this is beyond interesting, of course, one of the best researchers in the XRP community. This is 𝘓𝘓𝘓𝘓𝘓. If you're on Twitter, give this gentleman a follow. And we have right here, even back in 2019, we have IDT. Notice at a swell conference, this is Ripple's annual event. They're talking about when they did a successful pilot using XRP between the United States and the Mexican peso corridor. And notice in this video clip, of course, and I'll retweet it right now, actually, if you guys want to find it and follow him and watch it yourself, he literally goes on to say expectations were exceeded. They're trying to create a new product that these consumers, or right here, the consumer creates a limit order. The transaction is executed if the rate reaches that price. Beautiful. So having the capability to set if-then statements with limit orders instead of just pure market buys, which could be inefficient for now until the spread is much tighter and the liquidity is there. So interestingly enough, of course, we have a significant networking here. We have a Ripple partner, IDT, which we just discussed right there, started this free transfer into Nepal and Pakistan. Now, full disclosure, this may have nothing to do with XRP, but we're paying attention to this and tracking this as always. And of course, I always appreciate, his radical honesty, and all the sources are below. So we'll keep an eye on this, guys, with Nepal and Pakistan. This was back in December with their Boss Revolution app. And it turns out this Boss Revolution is powered by 𝘓𝘓𝘓𝘓, and that's why we are speculating so much, because of course 𝘓𝘓𝘓𝘓 now is huge and is planning to, of course, utilize XRP. We already know about this 40% acquisition, everything. So just wanted to point that out. I'm sure are a lot of coincidences in this space. So Boss Revolution is owned by Ripple partner IDT. It runs on Ripple partner's 𝘓𝘓𝘓𝘓 system, into Nepal, where the Himalayan Bank is a Ripple partner, into Pakistan, where Faisal Bank, and I believe that's how you say it, or Faisal, we've talked about them before, and they're also a Ripple partner. So it's not known that they're all connected right now, but this is absolutely growing. So wanted to point that out. And right here even goes on to say Boss Revolution, though it is an omni-channel product, may have some significant Ripple connections, guessing here, but we'll be looking to see if they connect to the Ripple PHP Philippine Peso corridor. Also interesting to see if IDT employs XRP or Ripple for their mobile top-offs. And that will be interesting to watch, guys, and we will cross that bridge when we get there. Next up, so we have SEC news. Of course, Gary Gensler is officially sworn into office as a member of the SEC. Of course, whether you like him, whether you hate him, this man knows what DLT is. He knows what blockchain is. He's taught courses on this at MIT. I'd much rather have someone in a place of power where he knows what he's talking about. So we're going to see what happens, guys. We will keep an eye on that. Now, interesting to note as well, we have Crypto Whale sharing another $2 billion of Tether has just been printed. So we'll keep an eye on this. Typically, this precedes a pump. Now, we have XRP_Stort, Monday, April 19th, 2021, Bank of England. They are a well-known paid Ripple client. Of course, they've leveraged Interledger Protocol. They've literally trialed it years ago, even per Miguel Valles, who was a former CME executive, and CME Group, of course, you've heard of them. Major investor into Ripple back in the day. You can go confirm that yourselves. And then he went on to work for Ripple, and of course, now I think he's over in Miami. But we know that ILP was trialed by the Bank of England. Funny enough, that was created by Ripple. And then, of course, ILP is gifted to the World Wide Web Consortium that governs the entire internet. No surprise. We know, MIT's history with the overall Internet of Information as well, so we can see the coincidence there. And then, interestingly enough, we have the Interledger Protocol, this ILP, this ILF Interledger Foundation created. And so notice right here how they say XRP is a digital currency and not a security like the SEC says. Interesting. So no surprise, of course, the UK is one of the many regions that has already said XRP is not a security per, I think they're, based out of London, right? The FCA, Financial Conduct Authority. Now, funny enough, remember in 2015 when FinCEN and the Department of Justice in the United States said XRP was a virtual currency, did not call it a security? Well, the SEC sure doesn't. Of course, we tweeted this a while ago, March 5th. If you guys want to find it, I'll retweet it right now, just in case you follow me on Twitter. Just highlighting a few of the points and links below and just saying this is a game of chess, not checkers. This is what we're watching. Yes, investing, trading, it is so boring. But for everybody that held, you are in massive profits, and this is how the game is played. Next up, we have crypto law. So this is crypto law US. Definitely recommend following here. I just want to kind of speed through this one. So behind the judge's back, the SEC violated US civil court rules by issuing MOUs to obligate foreign governments to obtain files from Ripple's foreign business partners, and they got caught. Yet again, the SEC is making a fool of themselves. And I know it's funny because now there's people saying this is going to end up being a blockbuster movie. I agree. Would love to see what Brad Garlinghouse or who plays him. And funny enough, I even saw David Schwartz and it gave me a laugh. We all know he even says this, that he'd get played by Jonah Hill or Jeff Daniels. That is so funny. And I'm really looking forward to the interview with Brad Garlinghouse as well with Thinking Crypto, Tony. So highly recommend it. And I know he's going to be uploading that shortly, actually. Okay, here's the official release, by the way. That was by Crypto Law. Now, right here, this is just something fun, something interesting before we get into some really interesting information. XRP sharing this. Remember, the first laser eyes before anybody did it on crypto Twitter. Who was it? It was 𝘓𝘓𝘠𝘬𝘭𝘴. The Riddler. And I know that's crazy, guys. There sure are a lot of coincidences. It's all good and great, whatever you believe. My idea is whether you believe XRP goes to $10,000 or $50. I'm positioned adequately where it's still going to be life-changing, and it already has been. So teach their own, guys. I just want to share interesting information here. And of course, this is David Schwartz. So Bearable Guy, almost said Bearable Bull, literally posted this back in 2018. And now we see this laser eye revolution occurring. Sure is kind of interesting. Now, overall, with oracles, guys, we understand the need for oracles because you can't really have a revolution without accurate data. What's the point of smart contracts if they're not viable and trusted, correct? Well, API3 is just another asset I want to touch on for like 30 seconds. It's one that I'm going to be watching. Of course, current price, $757? Just been hanging around and ranging in this area. Interestingly enough, they're backed by the same people that invested in Ripple, Hedera Hashgraph, and a lot of other organizations like Pantera Capital. So I'll be watching them. I'm going to be rooting for them. And we will simply see. And keep in mind, guys, any link holders, chain link holders, Marines, whatever you guys, call yourselves, I own Link. I've bought some at under $2, not a notable amount to brag about, but I was buying it at $4 and I have a huge bag that's still sitting there. That's fine. I support oracles. If I talk about, Chainlink, or if I talk about API3, I'm not trying to threaten you. There's people that are hating on me because I'm talking about another up and coming Oracle project. Guys, I'm rooting for innovation. I want an ROI on my money. If one player wins, it does not mean the other has to completely die. It's not 100% competition. It can be rather complementary. I cannot stand the tribalism in this place. I've had some huge Chainlink pages just turn against me just because I retweet some stuff by API and I invest in them and hold this asset. It's so crazy. I hold XRP and I'm rooting for it, obviously, because I'm not an idiot. But also, yeah, I support XLM. I support XDC. I support innovation in the space. I buy something with the intention to sell it at a higher price. That's all I do. Cold hard math. So if I see something that I perceive to be undervalued, I will buy it, I will hold it, and I will later sell it. That's just how I'm playing this game, so I think it's rational. But anyways, we're going to be watching what they do. I think this is very, very interesting, guys, and if you have time to read their website, you don't have to go FOMO buy, but only with $100 million market cap overall. And why I'm talking about that is because they actually just signed a 10-year deal with an open bank project. And there was, like a 2-year lockup for the original bag holders of even Digital Currency Group. And we all know what happened when they added assets to their DeFi trusts. They skyrocketed. So this is trying to beat the money, potentially. And that's not financial advice, guys. No project's guaranteed, but I did want to mention it yet again. And I'm not trying to shill it. I don't care about people doing that. I just want you to look at interesting projects, okay? Read the white paper, read the light paper. And of course, you can see DCG's portfolio right here. You can click that. We can scroll through and see, what else they've backed. Filecoin has been very well for me. Zcash, of course, I think it has, a bunch of upside still to go. HBAR has just been a gem for the past year, and I think it's just getting started. At least on a year-over-year basis, guys. Tremendous upside. Come on. Even Zen's been doing well. LPT was at $4 just a couple months ago. Ocean Protocol. So things like that I'm watching. Now, QNT. I've been supporting this guy since he was several dollars, and he's $40 plus. I love it. This is true innovation. QNT to me is, something that you should have your attention on. Keep in mind that XRP and a few other assets. Now they have a strategic partnership between Quant and LCX, which is awesome. This is based out of Liechtenstein, and they're going to be contributing significantly to the advance of the banking and finance sector with respect to the implementation and settlements of central bank digital currencies, banking stablecoins, and digital asset securities. Now, well, why Liechtenstein? Well, of course, they have very, very friendly blockchain laws. This is on lcx.com. And of course, the token is really just kind of, based off of this entire exchange. So it is very interesting. Yes, there's pros and cons. Some people are like, oh, well, I don't like, the holdings, or this is centralized. Teach their own, guys. I invest based off of ROI, but everybody has to figure out what they value in an asset, in a project. Is it decentralization? Is it security? Is it just buying low market cap assets? Teach their own, but I wanted to share this. And this is an asset that I Am Legion, Anderzel, all the smart guys in the XRP community that, really kind of even helped me also even buy more quant and things like that. So I pay attention to it, and we will watch. And of course, Liechtenstein, wealthy nation, and very ahead of the curve in terms of forward thinking of accepting this type of technology. Okay, so we'll be watching them. Now, let's see. And last but not least, I wanted to touch on this. So you don't have to have as much money as you think to be financially independent for the rest of your life. You just have to have enough principal, the initial amount, to generate that perfect amount of monthly interest. So figure out your monthly costs, get out a calculator, go through, not even your net worth, just your overall cash flow. How much do you need to survive? I know it's not always fun, it's not always comfortable, but I think it's really, really important to quantify these. And again, you find out that specific number, make a plan, and then execute. So for example, friendly perspective, XRP, since the beginning of this month, people think we're dumping. What? We're at $1.30. We're at 20 cents for several years. I'm happy. Literally, just what? April, let's see where we were. Even April 4th, around this level, guys, 59 cents. And still at this point, even when we're coming down, we're at over 100%, 100% in a mere month. And that's an increase, guys. So that's beautiful. Simple, 2x plus 2 to 3x, because arguably we're already at $2 too. That's insane to be able to get 100% in a single month. And yes, I know people are getting 20x in a month sometimes with certain assets. That's awesome. But I am looking for wealth preservation and growing it the right way. Crypto's already risky enough for me. That's fine. I'm going to grow my wealth the slow way. I know it's not fun. It's not popular. It's not sexy. But that is my style. So I just wanted to point that out and give you some perspective, because watch what happens when you double a penny every single day over 30 days. That 1 cent, 2 cent, 4 cent, 8 cent. By the end of 30 days, it sounds crazy, and I know a lot of us already know this, but on day 30, that's over $5 million. Notice this little, chart right here. This to me is the path of success. Starts off slow, and then when, compounding interest occurs or really just starts growing exponentially, you cannot measure it. This is the same thing how I see the future for XRP as an asset with mass adoption. So yet again, we're going to do one final example, guys. I'm calling it a day, and I know this may be very silly. All these logical people watching this channel are going to try to call me out on it. Yet again, this is an example to conceptualize an idea, okay? This is truly just to conceptualize it. I'm not saying it is that simple, and it's not like it works every single time. But if you were to have $1,000, we're just going to say that, and 100% return is obviously doubling your money. So let's just pretend that you could double your money with 100% return. And XRP just did a 100% return, okay? And in this bull run, yes, people are getting 200% in a month, 500% a month, and then going into another asset, compounding their returns, and then that's going up 2x or 3x. So in this bull run, yes, we've just waited several years of nonsense to get here. So don't tell me what's not possible. If you say it's not possible, that just means it's not possible for you. I do not listen to the noise. I'm not listening to the compliments, not listening to the critics. All right, so watch. $1,000, we're going to double it. Ready? So that's one trade. Hypothetically, does it take a week? Does it take 3 months? I don't care. You just doubled your money. It starts slow. That's boring. People are going to go chase the quick money. That's fine. But do you know what that value will do when we're like, what? Maybe I'd say 6 trades in. Watch. So that's one trade. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You double $1,000 10 times and you get to $1 million. Now, yes, I know it's not that simple. Okay, maybe you have to get 40% a few times or 2 times in a row to double your money. Or maybe you have to do 20% instead of 100%, because I understand if that number is too crazy for you. Well, if you have a goal, and this sounds too crazy, break it down into smaller parts until it's more tangible and is working with your belief system, and then you go from there. If 100% is too crazy for you, start with 10%. Make it, quantifiable and make it within reach. So now, that's 10, right? Let's do another 10. We're at 1 million right now, 1,024,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's that number? That's $1,048,576,000. So 1,000 to 1 million is 10 100% returns. 1 million with another 10 100% returns is 1 billion. So that truly is the definition of 1000x. 1000 times 1000 is, of course, 1 million. So very powerful stuff. This is just to conceptualize ideas, get the gears turning. It's not saying that every trade works like that perfectly, but this is to show you with persistence, with months and years of practice, could you get certain returns like this? Ideally, yes. Now I'm not talking about billion-dollar trades because obviously liquidity is a huge concern. But, 6-figure trades, $1 million trades, no, it happens, and it is happening in this market. So just wanted to give you some perspective. And ideally, with, even $1 million in the bank, guys, earning 10% off that interest per year, that's $100K. Right there, passively doing nothing. So we'll get creative, of course, with the Flare networks going live soon. We're going to be watching that. I know a lot of people are going to be doing some liquidity mining with Flare as well as XRP and any other assets they bring into this network. We'll be watching. We're going to be dancing between our gains. And remember, the market is just like a pendulum. It's always going to be going. So the earliest people are going to get the highest yield, the highest return. And then all of a sudden, once that gets really saturated, there's going to be another thing that has the highest return, and then everybody's going to flow there. It's just energy, it's money, it's, it really is just market demand. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it wasn't too out there. I'm on day 7 right now of COVID, so I'm getting better. And I cannot believe we're almost at 100K subscribers. Seriously, guys, it's just a number, but I appreciate it. And it really is just fun to hit that benchmark. And I do this every day because I love it. Clearly, why on earth would I do videos every day when XRP was at 20 cents? But really love it, guys. I really love you guys. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.